Hello! As usual, I'll just wait for one of y'all to say hi in the chat section and let me know if the audio and video is okay, and then we'll get rolling. On today's lesson, which is triplets. In fact, I'm going to get started by playing some triplets. Now, this whole series of videos has been doing triplets, or actually playing drums without sticks, without a pad, without any gear. But I'm just going to warm up with some triplets using sticks on a pad, just while I wait for the green light that we're all good to go. And if you're curious, the tempo I'm using here is 80 BPM. Let me know if you're there and everything's looking and sounding good. See if the usual suspects turn up. Just hit me in the comments if we're good. Don't normally play pad this early in the morning. It actually feels quite good to jump on the pad first thing in the morning. Who we got out there in internet land today? I think there's a little bit of a delay also on this comment thing. Oh, yep, looking good, cool. All right. So today's lesson is going to be all about triplets. Now, there are different types of triplets. So quarter note triplets, eighth note triplets. Let's keep it simple for today and just think of, I think this is probably the easiest way to think of triplets. Groups of three. So if you think back to the subdivision exercise, which I sprung on you guys a few lessons back, we went through quarter notes, eighth notes, and 16th notes, and we cycled around and we kept going through those. So we were doing one hit every click, then 2 hits every click, then 4 hits every click, which, if I slow this back down to our practice tempo, is something like this. 2, 3, 4, quarter notes, 2, 3, 4, eighth notes, 16ths. Alright, time to put the pad and the sticks away, because some of you don't have a pad and sticks. Now, think of this. So between the eighth notes and the 16th notes, we jumped from 2 notes per click to 4. Now, triplets is going to address that middle ground, 3 notes per click. Now, the tricky thing here is your hands are going to alternate. It kind of alternates the lead because it's an odd number of notes. So if I put on the click here, this is at 60 BPM. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, left, right, left. Triplets, counting them, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and So those are basically eighth note triplets. It's the subdivision in between eighth notes and 16th notes. So it bridges that gap between using 2 hits per click, like I said before, or 4 hits per click. Now, I think just to get used to this, because this might be I think this is a little bit more difficult than the other subdivisions we've used, simply because it does just constantly alternate. So you've got to get used to right hand on the click, being really authoritative with that, or left hand on the click. Now let's get our trusty timer going, and just before we put this in with our subdivision exercise, let's just do a minute just on really slow eighth note triplets together. Okay, so let's start off the timer. 2, 3, 4 triplets. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and right, left, right, left, right, left. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and often talk about triplets on the channel. And 2 and 3 and 4 and alrighty. Let me know if you are a beginner. This series of foundation lessons is for beginners. I'm assuming, and from experience with students, that should be relatively difficult. So let me know. Let me know if that's easy or hard, or how you're finding that if you're a beginner. If you're an experienced drummer, obviously probably not that difficult. In fact, probably very basic. Now, where this can get really tasty and useful is when we can sort of call upon triplets whenever we want or need them, obviously. So let's go back to our subdivision exercise, and we're going to insert the triplets in between the 8th notes and the 16th notes. So something like this. 2, 3, 4 quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4 eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 triplets. 16ths. Quarters. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and triplets. Quarters. Okay, we're going to do a minute of that also. And what you'll find is they sort of feel quite floaty. That's probably the most sort of descriptive way I can sort of describe them is, yeah, they're kind of floaty. Not as, I guess, straight as the 8th notes and the 16th notes, which I guess are even, which gives them that sort of straight feel. Let's try a whole minute of the subdivision exercise now. Gonna get the timer going. Here we go. 2, 3, 4 quarters. 8s. Triplets. 16ths. Back to the start. 8th notes. Quiet. Forte. I had to laugh. Someone commented the other day that they freaked out when the timer went past exactly 1 minute. Like the OCD just kicked in. I can understand that. Let me know, please let me know in the comments, especially if you're completely new to drumming and the 4 or 5 lessons we've done in these live lessons are literally the only things you've ever done with drumming. Let me know if you found that exercise difficult, easy. Do you want me to go through it again with you? Just let me know how you went with that. And in the meantime, I'm going to tell you a cautionary tale about triplets. Grab my pad back. Triplets are one of the most misunderstood. That might have seemed really simple, the whole concept, groupings of 3. But it's 3 divided evenly within the beat. Now, many a time have I seen people refer to this as triplets. 3, 1, 2, 3. Triplets. Not triplets, not evenly divided. Check out the difference. Completely different. So obviously they sound very, very different rhythmically, but it's still 3 notes per click. The first example I did there, that sort of staccato, that is 16th notes or 16th note partials, 1E and, 2E and, 3E and, 4E and, whereas triplets, even, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I see it time and time again, this not understanding triplets and how they actually work, and you'd be surprised at who gets mixed up on triplets. Alright, have we got any questions about triplets? Good old triplets. And yeah, as I say, just let me know if anyone does want me to go through the subdivision exercise again. Happy to go through it. There are different types of triplets. So you can have slower triplets, faster triplets. Yeah, I wasn't really going to go here. But yeah, I mean, people will tell you that, you can have other types of triplets. And often some of the really exciting drum fills that we check out on the channel, they will be 16th note triplets. So remember, we had quarter notes, 8th notes. Now we've added 8th note triplets, 16ths. Then you can have 16th note triplets. 16th note triplets are going to be 6 hits per click. Probably getting a little bit fast for using your hands. But that's alright. So if we went through the whole subdivision exercise and we added in the 16th note triplets as well, 2, 3, 4 quarters, 8ths, here come the 16th triplets. So yeah, you can have higher subdivisions that are still triplets. So triplets aren't necessarily 3 hits per click, but they're based off of 3 groupings. So the 16th note triplets, 2 groupings of 3. Yeah, let me know, as I say, let me know any questions. I don't think today's going to be an overly long live lesson. It was just trying to keep triplets as simple as possible. Brian Yates, I have a question you can address at the end of the video if that's cool. Hit me now, Brian. Absolutely, go for it. I think we're just about done. Yeah, as I said, it wasn't meant to be a super long lesson. It was just an introduction to triplets, 8th note triplets, and how you're going to use them, how you're going to insert them into the subdivision exercise. Let's get rid of the pad again. If you're feeling frisky, maybe you want to add in the 16th note triplets as well. Up to you. If that's the case, and I know I'm going to start this and Brian Yates is going to hit me with the questions, so this is what we're going to do. If you want to add in the 16th note triplets, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 16th triplets. If you felt like pushing yourself and adding in the 16th triplets. This subdivision exercise is literally one of the best things I ever learnt on the drums. It kind of, yeah, it dawned on me at that point what I had been hearing in all these great drummers for so long was that when they did something fast or exciting, something a little bit out of the ordinary in a song or a drum fill, they weren't just going crazy and then magically through sheer talent landing back on the beat. They're subdividing. And it's a really good realization, and by practicing this exercise, you start to understand how drummers think and how drummers work. It's not all just about magical, yeah, as I say, sort of doing something crazy and then just, wow, he's got such good timing, he landed right on the beat. Not really. It's a bit more thought out than that. Now, Brian Yates had a burning question. Let's see if he answers it real soon. And if not, I might just play you out with another minute of the subdivision exercise with the triplets in there. In fact, I will add in the 16th note triplets at the end. If you're not sure about the 16th note triplets yet, just sit out that bar. So we'll do quarters, eighths, 8th note triplets, 16th note triplets, and yeah. If the 16th note triplets are too fast or confusing, just wait. You just sit there and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and you wait and you jump back in on the quarters. That's fine. Alright, let's see. Yes, I posted the comment, Andrew. I don't know how to check that comment. Sorry, Brian. Maybe I can address it after the fact, after this video has been uploaded. But yeah, sometimes it can be hard to answer a technical question. Can be hard to answer a technical question through a comment. Sometimes it's just easier just to demonstrate stuff and you get to the chase real quick. Alright. Let's play out with our new exciting triplet heavy whoa, what's that? Delay? Okay, here we go. 2, 3, 4 quarters. 1, 2, 3, eighths, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1 E, and 2, 3 E, and 4 E, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 4, and 1 E, and 2 E, and 3 E, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and yeah, hopefully that's given you a bit of a challenge, something to work on for the week, I hope. I did see your question there, Brian. It was related to, I believe, getting cramp in your hand. So this foundation series is all about really lessons for people who don't have a kit, or maybe people who want to go back and address a few gaps that they've discovered that in their understanding, their theory or whatever. So for that reason, we're not using sticks and pads. And if your wrists or your hands or your arms are getting sore, obviously you need to give them a little bit of a break. One thing I would have a little think about is on one of the recent yo-yoka reactions that I did, it was the Achilles Last Stand, I think. I really sort of took the time to stop and have a look at her wrist technique. And I even inserted a cheeky little Mr. Miyagi clip. When he's teaching Daniel LaRusso to paint the fence, original Karate Kid, paint the fence, Miyagi, that is, if we exaggerate our movement, that kind of wave-like movement is what we want on the drums. So everything needs to be sort of like water, like fluid. Takes time, of course, but what happens at first is everybody's like this. And it gets a little bit too robotic, and there's no fluidity in there. So it's much nicer if we can just loosen everything up, and it just takes time. People get really frustrated with that process, but it's just time. Everybody seems to sort of put the horse before the cart when it comes to the cart before the horse. Hold on. Hope you know what I mean. Everybody sort of seems to get this around the wrong way, where they sort of want the perfect technique before they start practicing. Whereas if you just practice, the technique will come. Your body is not going to do this forever. I'm not saying you're doing this, Brian, but yeah, your body just figures it out. And obviously if you're sore, if you're tired, just have a break. It's okay to have a break. And then you just hit it harder the next time. It's absolutely fine. All right, I am going to go and have some breakfast. I thank you all for joining me. As always, just hit me up in the comments. I'll do my best to reach them. And I will see you on the next live lesson. I did skip a week there, but I'm going to try and keep this weekly. And I think on the next live lesson, it might be a chance to recap everything we've done so far. We've had a couple of rudiments, we've had a couple of exercises, and we've been adding to exercises. So maybe I'll just go through everything that you should be doing at this point. And yeah, I will see you then. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll catch you on the next vid. Peace.